Hey guys, welcome to my conversation with your Georgia 3A 120-pound state champion from Columbus, Carter Dixon. Carter, how's it sound to say state champion Carter Dixon?
It sounds really good actually, because I've been wanting to win state for a long time. Because since fifth grade, I wanted to win state, and I've tried and tried and tried and tried. Got close. Next year fell very short, and then this year we
You
got it
got it.
done.
You got it done. And what was the feeling like walking out with you had a lot of teammates in the finals? Was it cool to be kind of with your group walking out?
Yes, because I'm used to watching them from in the stands. I watched them for like 3 years there. I watched both Tylers, Mason. I wanted to watch Ethan, but he broke his finger last year.
Right, right.
It was pretty cool walking out with all my
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's pretty cool to have teammates who are, sharing the spotlight with you and that sort of thing. All right, before we get into talking about the run to a state title and a couple of other things, let's go off the mat. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So let's start with what's another sport that you're pretty good at or you're really good at that people may not know about. Like I don't know about.
Well, I'm wearing a baseball jersey, so baseball. I play baseball. I've been playing since I was 3,
Oh
and
wow.
I haven't stopped at all either. Like baseball, football, wrestling, but I started baseball or wrestling later than I did with the rest of them.
Got it. Would you say between baseball and football, are you a better baseball player or a football player?
Probably, probably. Oof, I'm pretty good at both. I but I think but I think baseball I'm better at than football.
what
But
uh,
I
what
just like
position do you play?
I play everywhere but first base really because I'm short.
Don't I know? I understand how that goes. Very cool. All right, so let's go. Let's talk about food. I know with your lineup, you were cutting a little bit of weight to make the weight
Oof,
class.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
that
little
was
bit.
that was tough because you had Mason right above you. Right above him was Tyler. I mean, you
It
guys,
was yeah.
it was going to be tough to make the lineup if you weren't at the weight that you were at. So, what food did you miss during the course of the year that you were like, man, the first moment I get when season's over, I'm going to go get that food?
My dad promised me honey buns right after I won, and as soon as I got to the car, there was a box of honey buns calling my name right there.
Is that right? How many did you eat?
The whole box
You ate the whole box on the drive home?
on the way
Wow.
to Mexican actually.
Hang on. You ate the whole box of honey buns on your way to Mexican food.
Yeah, yes sir.
Were we still hungry when we got the Mexican food?
After I ate a 12-inch quesadilla after that.
I love it. All right. I love it. We're talking about foods you do like. What about a food that you don't like? Is there a food that out there that you're like, nah, I'm good?
I'll eat. Okay, so there's vegetables that I'll eat, and there's vegetables that I won't eat. Vegetables that I won't eat is probably cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. Everything else
Uh
I'll eat. Sometimes I'll eat carrots if they're
Dipped
if
in a
they're
lot of
cooked.
ranch.
If they're cooked. If they're
Oh, if they're
cooked, I'll eat
cooked.
them.
Okay, if they're cooked. I
Yeah.
got you. All right.
Celery I
So
won't eat either.
say what?
Celery I won't eat either.
No?
I can't. It's like not no.
No. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's head to the classroom and talk a little bit about what's your favorite subject? Doesn't have to be your best subject. What's your favorite?
Social studies.
Why?
I don't know. I like it. It's interests me, I guess. Like I like the wars and stuff. I don't know. I'm just good at learning about the government, and like I guess that's it. I'm just good at it too, and I
Okay.
like it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
good
How about how about
wars.
how about the subject you don't really like?
Math.
What is it about math that you don't like?
I'm bad at it, and I just don't. I can't. It's so bad. I just suck at it,
Uh,
which makes me don't like it. There's not a specific reason. It's just because I suck at it and I'm not.
I got you. I got you. How important? I haven't asked everybody this, but I am interested. How important is a good teacher? Like, if you had a great teacher in math, would that elevate it a little bit or no?
It would help significantly. Like if a good teacher, like if the teacher's there and like really, really, really like teaches good and like is nice to the students, is like gives them as much opportunity as possible to get help if they need it, like anything, just in general. Even if they're funny, it'll help.
It'll help. Yeah.
Adds humor to it.
All right. What's a fear that Carter has? What are you afraid of?
Rob, I'm afraid of. Sometimes I'm afraid of failure
Okay.
because I know like I'm out there representing my school, my family, my teachers, everybody, my teammates, and just doing anything bad on the mat that would like embarrass myself or make me fail. If
Hmm.
that makes sense. If that
Sure.
makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Um, with that, because you said failure, do you feel pressure?
A lot,
A
actually.
lot, really.
The state duels, I felt it was insane actually, because I was the first one in the state finals at state duels to wrestle, and there was just a bunch like our group was like in a tiny little bunch in the stands, and then there's Lumpkin County everywhere around them,
Hmm.
and all you hear is Lumpkin County fans. It's just all that, and then when I score, it's just like a little woo, and then when they score, it's like yeah, and then it's just yeah. So it was really bad. It made it worse
Yeah.
because we are at Lumpkin.
Yeah. No, no, it's intimidating. And yeah, feeling the pressure, especially being the first one out. So your weight class was first up.
Yes, sir.
So, I was gonna actually. I'm always interested. I'm wondering, would you rather be first up or the last one up?
Mm. I would it. I think I'd rather be last. I
Yeah,
think I'd rather be last.
you're okay.
First,
You're okay with it coming down to you though.
yes.
Okay,
It's just because first I didn't know what I had to do. You know, I knew I had to win, but like I didn't know.
how?
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Okay. All right, a couple more things off the mat. Let's go with sushi. You a sushi fan? Yes or no?
Mm-mm.
No, not you. Okay. All right. How about pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
That's no. I
That's
can't. I can't. I can't eat pineapple without pizza. So
all right. If we're getting a pizza, what are we putting on it?
I'm gonna go with stuffed crust and pepperoni.
Okay. All right. So cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust is your thing.
That's my thing.
I got you. All right. Hey, you mentioned history, really liking history. So my last question, well, two more questions before we go back on the mat. And that is, if I gave you a time machine, would you go back in time or forward in time?
Back in time.
You would go back in time. And where would you go to? What time would you go to in history?
So before we go back, I'd probably say recently
Okay.
because I would want to like, even though I feel like it would like ruin everything and like ruin the future, I would like give myself like tell myself give myself motivation to do things, especially within wrestling. And then way back in past, I'd probably see. I'd probably want to go back to like BC, like Jesus times.
Okay. Okay. So if you couldn't, let's say you couldn't mess up the future, like you were just giving yourself advice, what advice would you give yourself?
I would tell myself to work as hard as you can because there's always somebody out there that you've beat that would want to come out and beat you. So you got to work harder than you did before. That when you beat that person, to beat them again and again and again and again, so they have no chance. Like zero breath.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Last question off the mat. What is a skill that you have off the mat that don't people may not know about?
Oh, I can throw frisbee left-handed, but I'm like right-handed dominant.
Really?
I throw frisbees left-handed.
So hang on. You write with your right hand, but you could throw a frisbee with you only throw a frisbee with your left hand.
Yeah, I throw it terrible right-handed actually.
How in the world did you learn that you could throw it left-handed?
I have no idea. I guess when I was little, I just threw a frisbee right-handed and it didn't feel right coming from over here.
It was good. So when you throw a ball, you
I
throw
throw
it right.
right-handed.
You throw right-handed, but throwing a frisbee, you throw it left.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a little unusual, right? Okay, I got you. All right, so I want you to take me back in time. How old were you when you started wrestling? How did you get into it? Who got you into it?
I was 4 years old when I started wrestling, and that time, uh, two of my uncles were in high school, and I went and watched one of them at the state tournament in Missouri.
Okay.
I think he got fourth, and then the next
Well,
time,
I'll tell you right now, if he watches this and you didn't get it right, he'll let you know.
oh yeah, definitely. um, that was when I started. I liked it a lot, but I didn't know if I want to do it yet.
Okay.
And then the next time, my uncle Jordan, he was actually at the state tournament and watched me win.
Very cool.
I watched him wrestle. I can't remember if it was duels or what, but that's when I was like, I need to do this. This is it. I need
Okay.
to.
And what did you do? You remember your first practice or your first match?
Ooh, my first match. I think I actually won my first match.
Do you remember how? Do you remember anything about
I
it?
I think it was a pin. I have the bracket in my mom's scrapbook she made.
Very cool.
She has like a scrapbook from a long time ago.
That's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So I want to talk about this year. I don't know if you know, but you are one of 7 freshmen to win a state title this year in the state of Georgia.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you are one of only 7. No freshman won it in 7A. Only one other won it in 3A with you. But how does it feel winning it your first time out in Macon?
I was really nervous. Like it was, I don't know. It was just all the people, even though they were on the other side watching 6A, 7A. It was just all the people there.
People were all over the place. They were watching all of them.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And especially as the days went on, the place filled and filled more and more every day. It was great. I liked wrestling on the mat in Macon. Actually, it was a great experience.
So when you finished, so going into the finals, we talked about walking out there. You had your teammates. You were nervous. You already said that, but you drew somebody who you had already beaten, right, at sectionals the weekend before. So getting a rematch with somebody that you had already beaten in the state finals, did you feel like you came in more confident, or were you more nervous because you're like, that person wants to get it back from me?
Considering I beat Smith 8-7, didn't really wrestle my best. I was nervous still. I was nervous at sectionals. So coming back in the state tournament, I didn't know I was gonna wrestle him, to be honest with you.
Right.
I thought I was gonna have Elijah.
Yeah, the other section champ, right?
I thought I was gonna have Elijah. So I'm going into that. I'm like, okay, here we go. So I'm looking at the bracket. I'm like, I'm gonna have Elijah. I go in. Hunter Smith's on the other side. I'm like, okay. Well, one, I got to wrestle way better than last time because winning by 1 point kind of scared me a little bit. And then I was in there. I was like, all right, last time I did not attack a lot. So I got to attack a bunch more this time, and I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Out of bounds shots. I don't know. He just couldn't stop my leg attacks.
So at what point in time, because I think you won what, 12-6? Is that about right?
Yeah, it's 12-6.
Okay. At what point in time in the match were you like, I've got it. I'm doing what I need to do. When were you feeling pretty confident that you were going to win a state title?
When I put him on his back in the second period.
And then you were like, I got this.
And then he did some weird flip maneuver and got on his feet. I was like, dang.
Okay. Yeah. And then back to the grind, right? Yeah, you get back to it. All right. So my last question is a question I've been asking everybody, and that is why wrestle? Why is wrestling special to you?
Um, I knew it was gonna be a tough thing going into it. My parents told me it was a tough thing. My mom wouldn't even let me do it at first. We had to beg her to let me. And she knew it was gonna be tough, and she probably thought I wasn't gonna be able to do it at first. And my uncles did it, and I like that really motivated me. I was like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do.
So it was a family thing that makes it special for you?
It was a family thing.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Carter, what is next for you?
Probably to go get 4 state titles.
All right. That seems like, I mean, you're one of seven, right? To have a shot at it for out of this class. You got to worry about number two first.
Number 2.
Um, right. But are you thinking about like how are you going to prepare for next year? Have you thought about that?
Well, I have Poseidon duels coming this weekend,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna work on getting better in the summer. I gotta work way harder this summer because we're going down in the 2A with Ringgold, Brockmart.
Right. So a few new faces that you might face.
Yes,
Very cool. Well, Carter, I want to say congratulations on winning a state title.
thank you.
I want to say best of luck in the future. I'll see you at Macon. I'll see you all over the place and competing. And yeah, man, congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.